Welcome back to the Diddy Men. If you are brand new to the series, let's catch you up. We took Indonesia to the Southeast Asian Championships and couldn't even get through the group stage and nearly lost our job just 6 months into our reign. Then we qualified, granted via the back door, for the Asian Championships. We went to the group stages and, well, performed admirably, but we got 1 point and 2 defeats from a pretty tough group. But this next tournament is what the entire save has been about. I had this probably ill-conceived notion of taking charge of Indonesia and taking them to the World Cup. The longer I play this save, the more I think that that is a fool's errand, especially as we've been handed a group with South Korea in it. This is going to be a tough ask, there is no denying it. South Korea still have all of the players that you may have heard of, including Son Heung-min, who's valued at just the £58 million. The other teams we've been drawn against aren't the easiest either. Kyrgyzstan have a player that really is a little bit a level above anything we can put out onto the field. Today's opponents are going to be Jordan, who don't have any players that are valued at incredibly high fees, but if this guy at 6'4" comes up for a corner, well, we could well be in trouble. They've definitely got players that are at least on a par to us, probably a little bit better than some of ours, and they are definitely going to have a height advantage as well. So we're just going to have to get out there and see how we do. Form since the Asian Championships has been disappointing, shall we say. I have tried to up the level of opposition that we've been playing. I decided to take on Tajikistan in a friendly. Unfortunately, we lost that one 5-0. 3 of the goals being headers, 2 from a corner, 1 from a cross. We didn't really deserve an awful lot more from that game. They had an XG above 3. We then played Malaysia, who are a little bit closer to our level in terms of world rankings, and we really should have won this game. This time our XG was on the cusp of a 3, but they scored again from a headed corner effort just before half-time. We then, though, got probably the best result of our tenure. Oman are not a bad team. They're inside the world's top 100. And we are still ranked 144th in the world. We absolutely obliterated them. 4 goals. And we were good value for this as well. Our front 2 were sublime. Our midfield was creative. We ran rampant against them. And so going into a game against Iraq, I was hopeful, but alas, it was not to be. When we come up against those nations that do have a little bit of height in their team, we get into trouble. And in this game, well, we weren't really in it. So we've got back-to-back games over the next week against Jordan and against Kyrgyzstan before hopefully a much more winnable game against the Maldives before we then take on Jordan in the return fixture. But before that, South Korea. This is going to be incredibly tough to get out of this group and qualify for the next stage of the World Cup qualifiers. But this is the whole reason we took charge of Indonesia. We're going to go out in today's game playing a 4-4-2, which maybe is not the most conventional formation when you're playing a team that has a maximum height of 5'9", but it's the best system we've found for this group of players so far. We've got a couple of new ones that are going to be playing in today's game, as well as relying on some of our traditional favourites. In goal, we're still playing Big Ange Saputra, who is definitely the best of the goalies that we have available. We've still got the likes of Ardi Idris Elba playing at right back. 30 years old now, but still good for this tournament. We have got probably 2 of our best players in the centre of midfield. This is Evan Dimas. He continues to be an important cog in our midfield wheel. Probably our player that's playing at the highest level might just be Jasper Tejeda, who is playing for NEC Nijmegen now and is getting games. He's vital in the midfield. If he's not playing at the highest level, then maybe this man Egi Vickery is, who's playing in the Polish top division for Lechia. And I reckon attribute-wise, this is our top boy. Playing on the right-hand side, we've brought back Witten Suleiman, who, having moved back to the Indonesian league for a couple of years, is now back out playing in Serbia, transferred out there for a little bit of money as well. He again looks like a pretty decent player. So across the middle, I think we are strong. Up front we have, of course, got 15 goals in 19 caps, is Dendi Celeste Iwan. So he is, of course, one of Asia's most deadly marksmen. This is controversial, though. For today's game, we are going to drop Ricky, who has found goals hard to come by in recent fixtures. And instead, for a crucial World Cup opening qualifier, we're going to give a debut. This is Bagus Cafe, who, by rights, probably wants to play as the most advanced of our strikers. We're going to play him in that slightly withdrawn role. Says he's not a bad false nine, so I think if we pop him in as a deep line forward, he should be okay despite his lack of passing and vision. But look how quick he is. Look at his dribbling, his finishing, his first touch, his composure, and his off the ball as well. I am quite excited to get this young guy into the team, to be honest. He's not the only youngster that we've got in the team either. We've got some other players who are barely pups still that we've called up. This is Aris Lester-Luhu, who I reckon could be a pretty decent centre-back. Tackling, he's already 15 and at 5'8", even if he grows an inch, well, we are okay. And we've also got some other new players in the squad, such as Tony Pambudi, already at the age of 17, finishing at 14, and he looks quick as well. We're not necessarily going to use him today, but we thought we'd call him up to the squad just to get a look at him. So, South Korea in the group. We want to go to a World Cup. I don't really think there's potential to lose any games other than the ones to South Korea. So we're going to have to get out there and we're going to have to give a mighty fine account of ourselves in today's game against Jordan. So away we go. Look at the top of the screen, that little World Cup symbols up by the name of the teams. We've never taken charge of a World Cup qualifier before, so this is exciting. Jordan, by the way, are a tough team. You never know how things are going to go. Often it depends on how the opposition do at attacking set pieces. But we are forcing the early highlights here with Evan Dimas. Can he get the ball into the box? He has. Oh, it's been disallowed. Dendi, is he offside? That didn't look offside to me. What have you done, Dendi? Come on. That does not look offside to me. We could have had the dream start inside the opening 10 minutes. Instead, some officiating has robbed us. We're back to the drawing board. That is an unconventional pass. Can we close down and win it back? We can't. And they've gone long. We've picked it up. Here's our new guy, Caffey. That's a great ball. Dendi never misses. He doesn't. Dendi never misses. Oh, what is that? Is that goal number 15 for the national team? Oh, what a start for the new boy Caffey as well. He sent through a delightful little pass. Dendi's onto it. Goalie may as well pack up and go home at that stage. As soon as Celeste Iwan's got his sights set on goal, oh, you know that the opposition are in trouble. But we could concede at any time. They could force a corner, an indirect free kick, and suddenly it's all square. So we need to keep on hunting for goals. What we don't want to be doing is giving them any soft goals that aren't from set pieces. They've got a couple of lads out there, by the way, that look like they could be pretty tall. That was a little bit last ditch. Ooh, yeah, they look like they've got some tall players out there. They could be a threat. Here we go. Short corner time. Brace yourselves, everybody. And we're off. Oh, we've worked one. That one actually came off. That is what we want from our short corners. Oh, goodness me, though. That is a little bit harum-scarum back there. We're looking all right so far, though, aren't we? Controlling the play, going long, playing to our strengths. Didn't actually have a look exactly how tall Kathy is. So Leicester Y1's 5'4". So's Ricky, who we've taken out the team. Not sure how tall Kathy is. Maybe we'll get a little click on him. We're putting them under a bit of pressure here, though, aren't we? Come on, let's work a little opening. He's dinked another one through. Yes! This time, Leicester Y1's got so many goals in his locker already. He just dinks one round the corner and Eggy's onto it. Look who was at the heart of it, though. It's the debutant, isn't it? Look at that for a little ball. First timer from Leicester Y1. Eggy Vickery drifting in from the left wing, slots past the keeper. Look who's top of their World Cup group, by the way, granted. Doesn't look like South Korea in action, but we're still top. And we're defending set pieces. Here we go. Come on, win it back. A third before the half-hour mark. I don't know. We're starting to get a little bit more confident in our style of play, at least. That's not even threatening, Big Ange, is it? Things are definitely looking better. We've got Kyrgyzstan up next, by the way. They're winning as well. That's not a short corner, but we're not going to knock it because we nearly got a third goal. We're threatening from corners now. It's all coming together. We got an XG of 1. Jordan are not far behind us, to be fair. It's pretty level on the old match stats. Here we go. We got the throw. We're just working the ball around now. Oh, we've had another go. It's Suleiman coming in off the right wing. Oh, even Dimas is smacking him in now. I'm going to call it. I reckon we've not had a bad half of football here. Quick, you're open. Go short. Oh, he's gone back. Now to Hyder. Oh, he's stuck. He doesn't know what to do. Oh, he's out of options. Eggy, you're dribbling the wrong way, kid. Ah, who am I kidding? They've got it all under control. Dimas. That's pretty high. We are looking good though. 1.55 on the XG. Indonesia still top of the World Cup qualifying group. Well, let's make the most of this whilst it lasts. We're at home. We've got a packed house. We're playing well. We're 2-0 up. We're top of our World Cup qualifying group. We've had a goal disallowed on top of it all. Can only go wrong from here. Okay, fingers crossed this is not the heartbreaker. I would like to get 3 World Cup qualifying points on the board. Heck, I'd like to beat Kyrgyzstan in the next game and be sat there pretty on 6 points before we go into the next game against the Maldives, which I think is winnable. We could be on 9 by the time we take on South Korea. They'll be quaking in their boots. Then an injury to Son. You never know, we could nick a point. And we bounce into the return fixture against Jordan, and who knows, we start thinking about World Cup qualification. Are we getting ahead of ourselves? Maybe. But we've not played as well as this. Caffey deserves a goal, I think. He's got one on his debut. It's Bagus. We haven't clicked on him yet to find out how tall he is. I tell you what, the boy can finish though, can't he? Look at this. Look at the space out there. We've gone in, he's controlled it on the instep, another little touch, he's fired one in. And we are 3-0 up. This is halcyon days. Let's just treat ourselves, come on. Our debutant is 5'6". He's only got a jumping reach of 1, but he's got a bit more height. Tell you what, I reckon this guy has come into the team and he has played awfully well. We're not going to make any changes yet. We'll leave that another few minutes. We've got Ricky who's itching to get on, by the way. We might even make that change and let Caffey move up to be the more advanced forward. But he was unselfish there, wasn't he? We are looking rock solid. Okay, time for a couple of changes, fresh legs. We've got another qualifier in a few days. Let's see what little changes we can make, and then we'll get out there for the final 20 odd minutes. Okay, couple of little changes been made. We have brought Ricky on. We have pushed Baggers further forward. Made a little change on the right wing as well. And I reckon one more goal would just put a nice little bit of gloss on this. Give us a little bit of confidence, which we've been lacking. Oh, he's lashed home another one. Baggers Cafe might just be my new favourite Indonesian player. Controversial, you got Dendi Salustawaiwan scored 15 international goals in the 20 games I've given him. This guy has burst onto the scene. Look at that dink ball over. He doesn't even blink before he smashes that home. Shall we even treat ourselves and maybe bring on one of our youngsters? He sprung the trap well there. Look at him lash this home. Let's even treat ourselves to bringing on one of our young prospects, Aris Lestaluhu. He's got jumping reach of 10, by the way. I think he's coming on for his debut. Too young, I hear you cry. Nonsense. With the Northern Mariana Islands, I played 15-year-olds alongside 52-year-olds. Don't tell me people are too young for an international cap. And I did say forward, put a bit of gloss on it. I'm greedy. I'm now looking, can we get a fifth? Maybe. I should have settled for 4-0 because we've been beaten to a far post header and they've nodded one home. I love the way he's running back to the halfway line like they're still in it. I got news for you, Jordan. You're not in it. We've controlled this game. It's a good header. And you may be looking at, I should have got a stronger hand to that. But I am not even worried. This is the best that we have played without doubt. Ange makes up for it with a good claim. This is a proper highlight because we've got 4 minutes of injury time and we're on the break. Come on, Eggy. We've got Baggers on his hat-trick, by the way. What a debut that would be. Eggy Vickery says, no, I'm going to try and lash one home myself. It was an FM20 finish from a wide player into the side netting, but we're going to let him off. Didn't really get the best out of him in our early games in charge, but we certainly are now. He is integral to the way we play out there on the left wing. And Evan Dimas has won the ball, and here he goes. Look, he's got good dribbling. He's off, he's pacey. Hat-trick time. Oh, the keeper's ruined his big day. Little applause for him, though. What a debut he's having. Short corner time again. Oh, we've played it around again. Honestly, even the corners are coming together. I reckon we're ready to take on the best that Asia has to throw at us. 9 points we want to be on going into the South Korea game. That would get the confidence up. Next game is going to be crucial. Kyrgyzstan have got that one player that's valued at more than £3 million. We're scared of him. But otherwise, it's not like they've got a squad of stars. And we are playing pretty well. We could have had another couple, I reckon. And Jordan are no mugs, by the way. They're a decent outfit. I just think we've played really well here. We've got one final little chance. Now Ricky sees us to the final whistle. 3.28 on the XG. Do you know what? I'm going to say I'm pretty pleased with that. And I'm going to tell the boys the same. We're going to outstretch the arms. I'm going to say, pleased with the result. I'm pleased with the performance. I also think I'm going to be pretty pleased with where we are sitting in terms of our group. We're top of it. And look at this guy here. Cafe on form for Indonesia. I reckon this guy, he could be an added little weapon for us. Imagine we've got 2 red-hot strikers playing up front for us, while the rest of Asia is going to be quaking in its boots. What are we going to do? I think we're going to play Kyrgyzstan. I think we're going to play the Maldives. I reckon the game we come back for is Indonesia taking on South Korea. Let's see what kind of shape our Diddy men are in going into that fixture.